What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys are doing well, and today I'm going to be talking about Immanuel Quickley. As you guys know, we came out victorious last night versus the Indiana Pacers at Madison Square Garden, and it was a lot of fun to watch. But I did mention in my community tab, like in my comment section, I believe I pinned it, or I believe I put in the community tab, that I was going to make a video on Immanuel Quickley because I didn't really touch base that much when it came to Immanuel Quickley. I went back, watched the film after school, and I'll say this, Quickley, I'm not going to say he had some amazing performance in 21 minutes when he was playing shooting guard. He was playing alongside a Derrick Rose, a Kemba Walker out there on the court. And I have a question to you guys. Obviously, you guys don't know the answer. You guys aren't the coaching staff. But is there a reason they have Quickley out there with a Rose, with a Kemba? Yes, he's bringing up the ball, but a guy of Derrick Rose and Kemba Walker are still out there on the court. So is it like to take pressure off of Quickley? Like they don't have full confidence in him being that playmaker. They need that leader out there. They need that veteran that can tell him what read to make or really communicate with him out there on the court, because I don't think they're ready to just throw him in the fire. Second unit, you're the permanent point guard, even though he has shown to dribble up the ball. So maturity, I think, is a huge thing when it came to Immanuel Quickley last night. Keep in mind, this is also just a preseason game, but don't get me wrong. You had some moments I was like, why are you taking that shot? The first shot that really comes to mind is, I believe he dribbled up the ball. There was 19 seconds on the shot clock. I didn't think it was a quality look at all. I believe it was on the right wing or maybe the top of the key. Like just chucks up the shot here, or obviously he has the confidence that it's going to go in. It just hits the backboard. He had a couple of those shots in this game, and he hasn't really shot it well this offseason. I guess you can count the preseason as offseason. Like, what are your thoughts on that, guys? But in Summer League, he shot it atrociously. Like, he did not shoot it well in Summer League. I do think eventually that shot will go in, but I didn't really like the quality looks, or I didn't really like the looks he was getting from the outside. He was 0 for 4 from beyond the arc, but the maturity here is, he didn't settle for a lot of floaters. So I can tell he's really working on his finishing or really trying to polish his game. And I really like the pace he played at last night. Like, he didn't play erratic. He didn't play out of control. 0 turnovers in 21 minutes. He finished with 10 points in this basketball game. He had 7 assists and 6 rebounds. So he did a little bit of everything. But I like the pace he played at. There was one specific play that he did a good job keeping his dribble alive, didn't pick his dribble up too early, went to the basket, nice, tough finish, or at least a little finesse. Maybe you could say that would have been a block, but in that situation it was the right layup to do. And it was like when he got into this mid-range area, like you would like to see him do this more on a consistent basis. I believe he came off the screen and he just, no hesitation, shot the mid-range jumper and it went in. You want to see Quickley shoot that mid-range jumper. Yes, that floater is great and all, but sometimes it could be an unquality shot, especially because Quickley loves getting in front of someone, right? And getting the defensive player to back into him in the back. Trying to back into him and like initiate that contact, which that's probably going to change with the refs and all that. But at some point, you're going to have to learn how to shoot that mid-range jumper. It's going to be available in the playoffs. It's going to be very valuable to the overall NBA. I know some people don't really value the mid-range shot that much because it's a lot of layups, a lot of three-pointers. People just take a look at the Golden State Warriors, but it's still points. You look at Kawhi Leonard, you look at a Kevin Durant, you look at a Chris Paul, some of the best players in the world can shoot that mid-range jumper, and I think that would be huge for Immanuel Quickley. But I thought his handle looked better. It didn't look as sloppy. I've noticed when there was some pressure on Quickley, again, it is just preseason, he did a good job keeping his dribble alive, and you could say also him getting stronger, he has gotten used to the physicality of the NBA. Like when someone's up in his jersey, he knows what to do. And going back to the turnovers, again, zero turnovers, and I think a big part of it, even though he didn't turn over the ball like crazy when he was jumping on his passes, when you jump on your passes or just jump in general in the air and you have no idea what to do, it always ends up being a disaster, or it always ends up being like there's a type of hesitation. Like if I'm going up for a layup, right, and I'm not going up with confidence, they do a good job just like shutting me off at the rim, and I'm like, well, there's no look. Am I going to chuck it up or can I pass it? When it's just, you just don't know what to do in that situation because you're very uncomfortable. When you're in the air, it's hard to really concentrate and just make the reads. Just for example, if I'm just open outside on the perimeter or someone's all over me, right? Let's say there's 2 players on me and I just jump in the air. and I have no idea where to go with the basketball. It could either lead to an inaccurate pass, turning the ball over, just landing back on my feet, and I get called for an up and down. It's just a disaster. You always have to know what to do, and just jumping on your passes is not great. I'm sorry I was rambling a little bit there, but I thought Quickley looked more disciplined in the playmaking. I'm not going to say he was out of this world when it came to playmaking, like with the basketball or distributing the basketball, but he was making certain reads that he wasn't capable of making last year. He was quick, he was decisive. He didn't have this score first mentality. If this was Quickley last year, he played 21 minutes this game. He only took 10 shots. I believe he would have took more shots if this was Quickley last year. I really like Quickley, but he kind of looked like a chucker last year. But again, it is just one preseason game. But I love that he found Knox back door. I know it was garbage time, or just it was a simple read. But in transition or running the break, just quickly flick of the wrist or just quick pass to Obi in the open floor and just threw down just a ferocious slam. But I did like the reads he was making. He didn't like just think, oh, floater or here's a screen. I'm just gonna use the screen to score. I'm also gonna use the screen to get others involved. 7 assists, was doing things well, but he was crashing the boards. He was playing with a high level of intensity. And on defense, I didn't think he was horrible. I didn't think he was good. I didn't think he was great. He definitely brought that intensity. Getting stronger is definitely a big part of how he's going to be on the defense side of the basketball because he is unique. I believe he's 6'3", but he has like a 6'8" wingspan, which is very interesting. Usually when someone's like 6'3", they don't have like that long of a wingspan. Or I believe it's 6'9" or 6'10". He has a very unique build, but getting stronger is going to help shut off guys. He was late a couple times on a closeout. There was one closeout, or it wasn't even a closeout. He was up in Chris Duarte's jersey, but Duarte just had the height advantage and knocked down an amazing jump shot from the corner. But quickly, I thought he played at a solid pace. He made smart decisions with the basketball, just like shooting with 19 seconds left on the shot clock just really pisses me off. Like, I just hate when there's unquality looks out there. Like, move the basketball, get the best possible shot. Like, that's available, you know? But what were your guys' thoughts on Immanuel Quickley's performance? Again, it is just one preseason game. But yeah, we'll see what goes on to happen with Immanuel Quickley. I do think he is learning still how to play the point guard position, but I've noticed some leaps of just playing at a certain pace, just making certain reads or recognizing things. He doesn't look as out of control, or at least last night, but I'm sure he learned a lot, like at Team USA. I heard he worked out with the Kevin Durant, just like some of the best players in the world, and hopefully he got some advice because that's the perfect time to listen. But let me know down below your thoughts and analysis, and peace out, y'all.